So hey YouTube, so today guys we have some really cool news here. Since the inception of Pokemon X and Y, since the release date back in 2014, haven't you wondered how the fuck can I get a legit shiny Xerneas and shiny Yveltal? Of course there's ways to hack it in with PokeGen and DNS hacks and shit like that. And I personally did that myself, but the point is, these guys were not legit. You couldn't really battle with them unless you used no restrictions. And trading? Let's just forget about trading. Obviously, GTS has some pretty strict regulations on there. Your Pokemon has to be 100% legit. It's really hard to trick GTS. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying there weren't cloning out there. But let's just say it had code that prevented anyone, no matter how you acquire these two shiny guys, from ever being traded because there was no legit way of getting them at the time. So yeah. Anyway, GTS, also GTS negotiations, but that's back in black and white, so that's not even the point. Well, obviously, Wonder Trade have the same problem. Once again, you cannot trade these guys or any hacked Pokemon due to, I'm not exactly sure why. I guess they didn't want to compromise the legitimacy of the service and stuff. So if you're going to hack the game, they don't want you to spread the hacked Pokemon everywhere. Even though at some point, there was a naming hack when people had curses. Nintendo eventually patched that cursing name thing. I have a couple of funny Pokemon names like Butthole and Bitch and shit like that. There was a time, I'm not sure, maybe you still can do that, I'm not sure. But there was a time when there was curses in Pokemon names. That was always very amusing. Anyway, back to the story here. Finally, there's a way to get them, and this is happening this year pretty soon, within the next month, on May 20th, and between that day and May 26th, you can actually get a shiny Xerneas and also shiny Yveltal on Nintendo networks. Obviously, you just use your mystery gift. You don't have to travel to GameStop. You don't have to fucking travel to Japan anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Finally, United States of America, right? You can, in fact, and also North America too. You have Canada, Mexico. Don't want to forget about them. They're pretty big populations. There's also pretty big Nintendo communities there as well. So don't want to forget them. Anyway, finally, on Nintendo Network on May 20th, where it's where it's going to begin, you can get a shiny Xerneas and a shiny Yveltal. That's extremely good news. Right now, if you want, you can pick up in a couple days now, you can pick up a Zygrade. And right now, I believe there's Darkari on there right now. And basically Zygrade's in a couple of days. But anyway, those are both non-shiny. Not that interesting. You should have acquired Darkari, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum through either the walkthrough wall cheats or the event. I used the walkthrough wall cheat. That's what I did. And then for Zygrade, you can just catch him in the cave. I'll be honest, that cave is really complicated. I forgot where it is, but it's really complicated. Just use a guide. Those two guys aren't too special. I didn't even cover a video on them because that's irrelevant. But this is big news here. Great news, man. Great news. You know, I'm finally happy to put this stuff to rest. Hopefully you can trade this on GTS. I know sometimes GTS is kind of restrictive in terms of event Pokemon. Some of them get through, but not all of them. But anyway, you can finally say you have legitimate versions of these guys, and that's an accomplishment too. So really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Tell me your thoughts down below.